Squad Zero, I owe you an apology. I was not familiar with your game, cause in the manga, y'all boys just kinda got cooked. But since this is a part 2 to a video I already made, we gotta go back to where I left off, and then we could talk about Squad Zero cooking. So after Kenpachi got done beating the ever-living fear and the Grimmy, he starts looking for Yachiru. And oh boy, do I have some bad news for you, Kenpachi. But the Bombies did not give my nigga Kenpachi a single chance. They saw bro half dead on 10% health and said, oh yeah, it's free eats, and started jumping. Candace shot Kenpachi with her lightning. Maninas dropped the goddamn building on this nigga. Giselle turned one half of Squad 11 into her zombie and Lil Tato, but pause bro. Lil Tato was Lil Toto to me, man. Put Shorty in 2017 SoundCloud era and she would've went crazy. Lil Toto eats the other half of Squad 11, and now their entire focus is on Kenpachi. And then here come the GOAT, Kenpachi, man. I know bro just got electrocuted. I know he just won the life or death battle with Grimmy, but he's still fighting. He don't give up until that nigga heart stop beating. But Candace said that's enough out of you. Electrocutes him and then Maninas knocks bro out. That nigga can no longer move. The Bombies getting ready to finish off Kenpachi, but then here come the GOAT, Ichigo Kurosaki. He finished his training with Squad Zero and he comes down to save Kenpachi, paying the favor from when Kenpachi saved Ichigo from Noitora. And the mere presence and speed of Ichigo was just enough to blow back the Bambies. I ain't gonna lie, they should have gave up right there. If a nigga is that fast and he just blows you back by barely breaking a sweat, you just have to leave. You're not gonna win that fight. I'm sorry. And just look at my GOAT Ichigo with his back turned to the enemy. He don't care about any of these niggas. They're just fodder to him. And then Candace dumbass say, if I kill this guy, I'll get all the credit. Adoy, who else would get the credit if you killed the nigga? But also, there's something else wrong with that statement. What makes you think you can kill Ichigo Kurosaki? That nigga just speed blitz y'all, and the mere pressure and force of this nigga's leg thrust was enough to blow you back 37 feet. But Candace tries to go for a sneak attack, but Ichigo reverses her sneak attack with his very own sneak attack, cause bro flashed up in the air, grabbed her by the wrist, and threw her into a building. Lil Toto in the back like, God damn it, Bambi, you might have just killed her. You want us to fight this nigga, man? He just got done training. But all three of them pull up on Ichigo at the same time, but Ichigo is a firm believer in equal rights, equal left, and duffs all of the Bambis right in her breadbasket. And then Candace over here mad as hell. I don't know why you're so mad. You're the one that started the fight. I feel like Ichigo was just gonna leave y'all be and go straight to U-Haul anyways. But Shorty starts charging up. She shoots Ichigo with an arrow, removes the drip just to reveal more drip. Who out here doing it like Ichigo for real? The Bombies go vault standing. Ichigo dispatches of them with relative ease. Ichigo using little baby Getsugas to deflect attacks. Maninas pulled up with the dumbbells, that did nothing. Lil Toto pulled up with the spoon, the spork, and the knife, that did nothing. I don't know what Giselle's deal was, but she did nothing. Candace charged up her super duper lightning, but Ichigo said, yeah, it's time to stun on these hoes, and he used Getsuga Ju Jisho, just a cross slash Getsuga, but 2 Getsugas is better than 1, so it's automatically raw as hell. Ichigo just shot that off to flex for real. While Ichigo told Candace to move, the monkey hitting the symbol was going crazy in Candace's brain, and the only thing that the Getsuga Ju Jisho took was her whole arm instead of her life, which, cool I guess. Giselle heals Candace, and then Baz spawns Candace. He said, now, I want to kill this nigga Ichigo so I can get the credit. And then about 4 more Sternmurders pull up and they finna start jumping Ichigo. But Ichigo really don't give a damn about these niggas. He sees Yuhan like, yeah, I want my run back right now. Ichigo running away from the fade to go to another fade. He's not running away from this fade because he's scared. He just wants to fight the stronger guy. But this nigga Robert gotta stop. He loves putting the barrel of his gun up to niggas' foreheads and not killing people. Bro is like 0-3 with this one. You gonna have to try something else. But then the real eaters pull up. The rest of the Soul Reapers that haven't gotten folded pull up to come and help Ichigo. They say, hey, go beat a nigga Yuha ass. He's just like, I bet. So he pulls up on Yuha, and then he sees that Uryu was a turncoat, and he's just like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Uryu starts shooting arrows at Ichigo, but here come my girl, Urihime, here to protect her mans. And Chad's there too, I guess. Bro's finna put up no numbers this whole arc, but I'm still finna call him GOAT though. But now Yuha, Hashwal, and Uryu are going up to the Soul Palace. Fast forward a bit, we go to Giselle getting confronted by my favorite bald-headed nigga and his boyfriend Yumi Chika. They pull up on Giselle, and Giselle's all like, oh, I'm not even a threat for real. You don't even gotta be fighting me. I'm just a harmless little girl. That really be pissing me off because Bombi pulls up and starts cooking for Giselle. She start doing her bomb things. Yumi Chica and Ikaku start cooking. They start using rocks to propel themselves up. Bombietta getting ready to absolutely cook Ikaku. She palmed that nigga's head. It was about to blow it up to smithereens, but Yumi Chica goes up with the clutch, cuts her arm clean off. But she's a zombie, so that really don't do nothing. And basically blows up anyways, nuking those niggas. And then my goat, Mayuri Kurotsuchi pulls up. I'm so glad Mayuri works for us, because if he worked for the bad guys, then oh my god, we would be so cooked right now. If Mayuri was a Soul Reaper working for the Quinces, he would have found out a way to make the Soul Reapers dissolve by blinking. So Mayuri pulls up glowing. Giselle's like, I don't appreciate that tone you have with me, and has Bombietta start throwing bombs at him. But this is Mayuri Kurotsuchi we're talking about, bro. We know those bombs wasn't gonna work. This nigga specifically had this made for her already. He already knew what she was about. Bombietta threw her bombs, and Mayuri had these bomb containers specifically made to delay the explosion. So while Bombietta was flying up shooting those bombs, they were in the container, they lagged, and then they blew her up. How you get blown up by your own attack? I know you're a zombie and you have no individuality of your own, but go ahead, get up out of there. You're not winning this fight. And then Giselle like, damn, you might be like that for real. So how about I have you fight the whole entire Squad 11 barracks? You know, you're niggas, these are Soul Reapers. And then Mayuri's like, woe is me, man. Me, a Soul Reaper, killing other Soul Reapers? Why would I do that? So I got niggas specifically made to do that for me. He pulls out 5 previously deceased Privarona Spadas and has them cook the Soul Reapers for him. Mayuri is a goddamn fiend, oh my goodness. The flamboyant Espada pulls up on Bombi, palms her forehead and shoots her with a nasty ass arrow. And then zombie Toshiro pulls up. Nigga has never been this cool a day in his life, bro. Nigga took his body over like, bro, you had all this in your back pocket and you wasn't using it. You might be ass for real. But Mayuri and Giselle are really going slave for slave right now. So zombie Shiro pulls up on Ikaku and Yumi Chica. Yumi Chica was about to use a Hado, but Toshiro said, yeah man, go ahead, shut up real quick, and froze over this giant portion of the area. Ikaku got Yumi Chica up out of the way, but his leg got it's frozen over, and Toshiro just standing over this nigga getting ready to violate. Zombie Toshiro stabbed Ikaku in the back and slapped him open. I'm telling y'all, man, Toshiro has never moved like this a day in his life. He gets his body taken over and he gets 10 times cooler. This nigga might be a fraud for real. He goes for the killing blow, but Yumi Chica protects his boyfriend, and then Toshiro puts an icicle on his kneecap. And he is Yumi Chica with the pointy ass icicle. Grips bro by the hair and hits him with this nasty ass headbutt. And then here comes the real eater, Mayuri. He says, alright little nigga, that's enough out of you. Mayuri looks at Toshiro, he's like, yeah nigga, you finna be my coke mule. I got so many drugs I wanna try on you. Bro, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm so glad that Mayuri is working with the Soul Reapers. Cause if y'all have to fight against this nigga, you're probably not gonna win. That nigga has probably planned 30 years in advance just to beat your ass specifically. Mayuri took that one L from Uryu and said, never again. He been in the lab ever since. He probably in the lab right now, bro. That's probably a clone Toshiro fighting for real. And then Mayuri and Hitsugaya start going crazy. I'm talking about Minka all over the Serete. And then Hitsugaya goes bankai and kills Mayuri. I was like, wait a minute. What the hell just happened? I just killed you. Then this nigga Hitsugaya figures out that he's in a loop. But not only is he in a loop, after he killed Mayuri that first time, he's been in this loop for 5 other times already and he didn't even know it. This nigga Mayuri is a devious deviant, bro. He already put the drug in Toshiro and bro didn't even know it. Nah, dog. And this drug Mayuri gave Toshiro is a go back in time drug. How do you even make one of those? What in your right mind, Mayuri, possessed you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a go back in time drug. Or every time that you reach a certain point in time, you go back in time like 30 seconds or a minute. Like, what? How did you make this? I need to know the recipe, bro. Nigga put baking soda and a clock in there and he's like, alright, boom. So after Mayuri tells Toshiro that, hey, little nigga, you've done this about 50 times, his brain starts to overlap with all the information. It's like, oh, wait a minute. And he collapses. And then Mayuri stabs Toshiro in the neck and injects him with the your slave is now my slave drug. He also does it to Kensei Rose and Matsumoto. And then we fast forward to Byakuya getting pulled up on by Robert, and Robert's finna put in no work with that gun like he always has this whole entire arc. Bro shoots 3 times at Byakuya and Byakuya parried all of them with his sword with minimal ease. But Byakuya must have thought this was gonna be easy because he was getting jumped by Nanana, Robert, and Candace. But it's Byakuya. He gonna deal with these niggas with relative ease. Nanana laces Byakuya with drugs, and then Byakuya says, "Aight, nigga." And Zenbone Sakura is this nigga into inexistence. Candace gets done in with Zenbone Sakura. She gets laid out like crazy. Robert puts on a gas mask. Byakuya goes bankai. Robert starts shooting at Byakuya, but Byakuya is cutting the bullets in half, and then he cooks the ever-living mess out of Robert. And then we move on to this suck-ass nigga Pepe, bro. I hate this nigga. But just like Giselle and My Hero, you can turn people into his slaves by putting a heart on them. Maninus and Lil Toto are here for some reason. Pepe gets a stray off on Maninus, and now she's under his control and duffs the ever-living mess out of Lil Toto. Shuhei over here fighting Byakuya, but Byakuya really don't want to kill this nigga. He really would if he wanted to, but he don't want to kill Shuhei for real. Pepe shoots one of his nasty hearts at Byakuya's sword, and Byakuya cuts it in half. But Pepe's power works on anything with a soul, and well, that's his Zanpakuto, and it's a living thing. So now Byakuya throws away his sword because like, god damn, can't even use my sword for real. Pepe goes into his vault standing. He actually hits Byakuya with his love rope. But here comes now turned over zombie Kensei and Rose, and Kensei kicks the ever-living mess out of Pepe. Shuhei tries to go for a sneak attack on Kensei, but Kensei punches bro in the sternum and then gives Byakuya his sword back. Mayuri pulls up and is like, "Hey Kensei, go ahead deal with that little nigga Pepe for real." Kensei goes bankai and he just starts going crazy. I wish Pepe beat this nigga ass a little bit longer, but then again, I'm still satisfied because he was doing him in for real. And then Lil Toto eats Pepe, and well, that nigga is no longer alive. Oh baby, now we get into it, the real meat and potatoes of the video. Probably the reason you clicked on the video. The nigga is probably in the thumbnail, man. Squad Zero putting the Royal Quincy's on a shirt for real. Jewel Grand pulls out some Soldat, but Senjumaru has her King's Blade packing niggas up with minimal ease. Then this nigga Nyanza with the two tongues pops out. All I'm saying is what that mouth do. My fault. Weird. I'm sorry. Bro was Gojo before Gojo. Nobody can touch him. He can just swipe his finger at you and you have turned into half. So Nyanza packs up all the King's Blade, but Senjumaru pulls up on Nyanza and is like, "I might not be able to touch you, but the clothes on your back already touching you, so that means you're already dead." And then the nigga just dies. And then you all pulls out the Royal Guard. We got Pernida, Askin, Lele, Gerard. Gerard pulls up on Senjumaru and he's like, "You're a woman and got slender arms, so I'm gonna beat you up." Where did that come from, dog? Random ass misogyny straight was crazy. But he nicks her with his sword and cuts her needle. And then Senjumaru backs away and calls this big tall ass nigga. Pernida says, yeah, that's enough out of you. Literally crumbles that nigga, rolls that nigga up into a ball. And then Lilibaru pulls out the blick and domes Senjumaru. And then this nigga Lilibaru aims at the 5 city-like structures floating in the sky and then just destroys all of them. 1 bullet for each, which is crazy as hell. And then the curtains rise. It turns out Senjumaru was in fact not dead. And then here come Big Stepper Ichibe, nigga just chilling up like, "Hey, I'm right here. Even if you get past Squad Zero, which I highly doubt you will, you still gotta come fight me." And I'm kinda likes that. The Royal Guard is trapped in Kiryu Hikifune's womb, and every time Lilibaru shoots, the womb instantaneously blocks all of bro's shots. And then Kiryu, Tanjiro, and my goat Namaya pull up, getting ready to smoke Squad Zero. But Namaya pulls up with the sharpest Zanpakuto ever. Gerard starts yapping. He's like, "Yeah, you're not like that, nigga," and then he dies. The deal with Namaya's Zanpakuto is that it kills anything in 1 shot, and he slashed Gerard, and that nigga is now deceased. Lilibaru saw Gerard get packed up. He was like, "Ain't no way, boy." And then Namaya kills him just for thinking that. The other Royal Guard just watching their niggas getting packed, and then Pernida gets a sword thrown through their face. Askin seeing this, he's like, "Oh nah," and then Namaya slashed it at Askin, but he backed up just in time, so he missed it. But Namaya said, "Yeah, I'm not letting you get the chance," and then double taps just to make sure. Yuha was like, "Yeah, that's crazy." He uses Uri Antithesis and then he dips up out the womb, getting ready to run the fade with Ichibe by himself. And then Yuha starts calling Ichibe by his name. Ichibe's like, "I thought I told you not to say my goddamn name for real." And then bro draws 2 lines. He says, "Yeah, you're going to die in between this space." That's actually just mad disrespectful, bro. In between this space? Nah, bro, come on now. Like, we got this whole battlefield, you know, the whole goddamn sky. And you say you're gonna kill me right here? And Yuha is even more disrespectful because he said you're gonna die 3 steps after that first line. And then Ichibe smacked Yuha 1,000 ri away. So I did my research, and 1 ri is 48 miles. So this nigga Ichibei smacked Yuha 48,000 miles. Just to put that in context, the United States is 2,897 miles long. So Ichibei basically smacked Yuha across 16.5 Americas. Yuha said, you know what, another one, and then he smacked him down another 1,000 re. Yuha tried to use his ability, but Ichibei did say earlier in the fight, say my name and you might lose your voice, and then he lost his voice, but Yuha punctured his neck and gave himself another voice. And then Yuha shot himself with an arrow to propel himself back up. And Ichibei starts talking crazy to Yuha. It says, man, it's been 1,000 years, but you're still a little child. I smack you when you do something you're not supposed to do. Now it looks like I got to kill you, my boy. And then we go back to Squad Zero, Uryu and Hashwat. Cause Uryu and Hashwat are the only two niggas not dead right now. Senjumaru pulls up on Uryu with their hands, but Uryu blocks all attacks, and then he tried to hit Senju with a fadeaway arrow shot. She weaves and then she pulled up 2 feet in front of Uryu. But Uryu said, I got quick draw for real, and still shot her while she was 2 feet in front of him. And then Uryu jumped up in the air and hit Senju with the lick the Reagan. Senjumaru then makes an umbrella and says, damn, I love the rain. Nah, I'm not finna shoot you with about 100 arrows and you say it's the rain. You got it. I'm going the other way. I'm finding someone else that's alive and fighting them, because you're crazy. Tenjiro over here giving Hashwat that nasty ass pressure, but Hashwat's blocking all the attacks. But Tenjiro uses his sword Kinpika, and then he stabs Hashwat's shield, smacks it away, and then Hashwat and Tenjiro clash, which results in Tenjiro winning that one. We circle back to Namaya, and it turns out Askin isn't dead. He uses his ability called the death dealing, and I don't feel like explaining it because it's a lot. Just know Askin lick blood, Namaya die. That simple. Namaya cuts his neck because the more blood that's in his body means the more closer he is to death, but he still needs that same amount of blood in his body in order to live. So Tenjiro pulls up with the bloodbath, and now Namaya's okay, and then he finally kills Askin. We go back to Uryu just to see that this nigga got cooked by his very own arrow. Now we back to Yuha versus Ichibei, and then Ichibei uses his brush. He cuts Yuha's arm in half. Ichibei's brush doesn't cut flesh, it cuts name. He cuts Yuha's arm in half, so instead of an arm, he has an R, which is crazy. How do you fight against that, dude? I just want to know if Ichibei has used his ability to be really petty, other than right now. Like he saw his bitch getting cheated on, and then he cut bro's dick in half, so all he had was a dead. So then Ichibei cuts Yuha himself in half, so instead of Yuha being Yuha, it's just you. And then Ichibei smacks Yuha away. Yuha over here rethinking his life choices. Psych, this nigga said Auschweiling. And then he starts taking his own nigga's powers forcefully. But not only does it power him up, but it powers up the Quinces he deems worthy, which are the Royal Guard. So now all the Royal Guard are in both standing, and they explain that the Auschweiling, it didn't necessarily give them power, it allowed them to unlock the power that they've always had. We see the Royal Guard out of the reflection from Namaya's glasses, and then in frame one, this nigga Namaya gets a whole chunk of his shoulder taken out by Lilibaro. Kiryu and Tenjiro try to block the next shot coming for Namaya, but it pierces right through him anyways. And Lilibaro like, hey man, I'm gonna need all y'all niggas to line up for me so I can catch this nasty ass collat. But Tenjiro uses Kinpika to blind everybody, and then Senjumaru gets Namaya out of there so she can heal him. Miss Hikifune said it's time to get serious and made a super duper womb. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's better than the one that she made before. And now it's time for round 2. Senjumaru and Gerard are fighting again, and Gerard went straight for the kill, stabbing Senjumaru, but he really didn't even stab anything. He stabbed a puppet. Senjumaru tried to go for the sneak attack, but Gerard blocked it. Senjumaru weaves the sword slash, and then she grips that little nigga up her hands, throws him on the ground, and then throws him to the wound. She tries to stick her sewing needle in this nigga's heart, but then we go to the next fight. Really nothing of significance happens with Squad Zero versus Royal Guards round 2. Just know all the Quincies beat that nigga's asses. And then we go back to Ichibei and Yuha. Yuha makes a shield, and then Ichibei shoots this dragon nigga beam at Yuha, breaking the shield. Ichibei pulls up on Yuha and grips the nigga up like crazy. Pause, bro. This is a grown ass man, by the way. Like, I don't care if we're fighting. I refuse to let you grip me up by one hand. Have my feet not touching the ground. Like, I gotta do something devious to you. Yuha then tried to attack Ichibei, but Ichibei reversed it on to Yuha and had his attack Yuha himself. And then Ichibei pulls out his Shikai and he starts painting Yuha's blade black. Yuha tries to say his sword's name and then it just skips over. Like that nigga couldn't even say no more. Like I refuse to fight a nigga like that. What are you talking about? You can just erase names and I'll know it too once you erase it. That's not fair. What am I supposed to do about that? You got it. I'm going home, packing my bags and leaving. I'm taking my 1,000 years of anger and giving it a new reproach because you're not the one I'm supposed to fight. But I love Yuha, man. This nigga said, damn, that power kind of broken. Let me have it. He takes Ichibei's powers and turns bro into Santa Claus. But Ichibei quite literally frame one got out of there and like, bro, look here, man. Like, come on now. Like, what did you think was gonna happen, bro? I'm back to normal now and you did nothing. Bro then says, this is kind of like a bankai, but it's not a bankai. And he pulls out the name of his sword that I cannot repeat because Bleach names are very complex and complicated for my tiny little brain. But he makes Yuha do blackface and then he gives him the name of Black Ant. We go back to Squad 0 and then the Royal Guard packed them, smoked them up, and then put them all in the same area getting ready to kill him. Then Maya gets up and he's like, hold on. We did not lock in yet. Senjumaru, you handle these niggas. And then the other 3 members of Squad 0 sacrificed themselves. They said the 3 of us are so strong that we had to make a bond. We could not use our full power at the same time. So now Senjumaru goes bankai. Completely new anime only stuff, bro. We did not get this in a manga. Glad we got it now because this is crazy. But Senjumaru's bankai is so strong it's shaking Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo. But Senjumaru's bankai is some tapestry place and she quite literally packs and folds these niggas. Turns these boys into fine linen. Like imagine you and your friends fight somebody and then your friend gets turned into a curtain. Like what do you do at that point? So after Senjumaru packed and folded up Squad 0, we go back to Yuha and Ichibei. So Ichibei stomps Yuha down and then he smacks him and he says, King of the Bugs. And that's the end of the fight. I thought for the end of Core 2 that we were going to get the full Yuha and Ichibei fight. We would get the, the reveal of that thing that I can't say for the people that haven't read the manga, but I can't wait for Core 3. Hopefully it comes out sooner rather than later. I was gonna lie and say I can wait, but I waited 10 years for Bleach to come back. I can't wait no more. I need Core 3 right now. But that's the end of the video, man. The moral of this one is don't fight a bald-headed nigga in an anime. They're probably like that. I'm gonna get up out of here. If you liked, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Bye.